AI-driven development. In today's video, we're going to explore the concept of prompt engineering and its importance in working with advanced language models like GPT-4. We'll learn the basic concepts and look at different techniques like zero-shot, few-shot, and chain-of-thought learning. Let's get started. Prompt engineering is the process of designing and refining input prompts to obtain the desired output from a language model. A well-crafted prompt can significantly improve the model's performance, making it essential for developers to understand how to create effective prompts. Prompts can vary in complexity and structure. They can be simple, like asking a direct question, or more complex, like providing context and specific instructions. For example, a simple prompt might be, "What is a neuron?" A more complex prompt could be, "Draw an ASCII diagram of a neuron." The key to effective prompt engineering is to experiment with different phrases and structures to get the desired output from the language model. You may need to adjust the prompt multiple times to achieve the best results. Now let's discuss some prompt engineering techniques. Zero-shot learning refers to the ability of a model to understand and respond to a prompt without having seen any examples of that specific task during training. The model relies solely on its pre-existing knowledge to generate a response. For example, ask ChatGPT to write an email greeting. So as you can see, these emails are a great template. However, there are a few extra tags that we may not want, like the opening sentence tag. So what we can do is we can do the next few-shot learning, and we can provide an example of how we want the output to look. Few-shot learning, on the other hand, involves providing the model with a small number of examples to guide its understanding of the task. This helps the model generate more accurate responses. For instance, you could provide ChatGPT with 2 or 3 examples of your expected response and ask ChatGPT to write the response in that format. As you can see here, we provided an example that did not have that opening tag on it, and now you can see our responses are just a greeting and the first sentence. This is one way of using few-shot learning to guide the expected output. The chain-of-thought technique involves structuring the prompt as a conversation or a series of logical steps to guide the language model's thought process. Providing logical steps to generate a logical context allows the model to reference or extrapolate a process in reasoning for future problems. You could provide step-by-step instructions or numerical list of tasks. As you can see in this example, we want to generate a code file structure. From here, we'll ask for the actual files written in programming language, and it's going to reference the file tree that we provided. If you were to do this without providing the logical steps, it may start writing the programming files and they may be out of context. For this reason, in this process, we can maintain the context and it can reference the file tree. That way it has a more effective way of generating the code. So as you can see here, we can go to the next file and we can say approved. Now it's going to reference the file tree and it's going to start generating the next code file. So as you can see, we were able to effectively loop through the entire file structure and provide one for each file in that file tree. This was done effectively by creating a template or a diagram and then asking it to refer back to the diagram. And this is how we can use chain-of-thought reasoning to provide a more consistent output. Other forms of prompting include role prompting, where you provide the context for the LLM to adopt a specific persona by giving it instructions or a series of expected outputs. This is the standard act like an expert or act like a coach or act like a teacher. And what this is doing is it's providing a context for the ChatGPT to operate within. So for this specific example, I said to act like a certified strength and conditioning coach. I provided an expected output, an example of that output, and then I set the stage for the actual interaction to come. So from here, it's going to provide now a chat-like response, and I can say, "What brings you in today? Looking to gain muscle." So from here, it's going to adopt this chatbot persona, and it's going to answer like a strength and conditioning coach. And this is just another way of using ChatGPT to adopt a specific persona by providing a context of that persona as well as a few examples of how you want the response to be structured. Using a combination of techniques will yield effective results. A few tips I have found helpful include things like adding line breaks between sections, as you can see here, as well as adding things like important and other bold in brackets. What this can do is it can generate a little bit better response by breaking down the sections. Additionally, I found the reiteration of a goal or focusing at the end of the prompt can help maintain the context and consistency. So as you can see here, I provided the context, I provided a few examples as well as the persona, but then at the end I also introduced the situation and the conversation, saying that an athlete has just walked in, and I even provided an example of the first part to then just have it complete the second part for the response. What this does is it maintains consistency so that none of the instructions are lost from the beginning after it's received all of the context. Thanks for watching this introduction to prompt engineering on AI-driven development. We hope you found it informative and useful. Keep exploring and experimenting with this powerful tool to enhance your AI development skills. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more exciting AI-driven content. See you next time.